Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Today, the final session of the structure of atoms, and already you know what is the name of the topic. The topic is quantum approach to arrangement of electrons. So, how to write electronic configuration using different rules with the help of a quantum mechanical model. Okay, right. So, this was our meaning what we studied in our previous session. Then we went to Aufbau principle. Aufbau principle is to build up electrons from the nucleus onwards. So left side, not right side. That is very important. Okay, come. Okay, come this side. Okay, please. Yeah. So this is our Aufbau principle, which is a tool to write electronic configuration, which has taken care every what aspects of a quantum mechanical model. Hmm? Okay, now this one most important from Germany. Pauli's exclusion principle many times occurred in the examination. Many times. Okay, so in one sentence, no two electrons can have the same set of four quantum numbers, or every orbital will take not more than two electrons, that too with opposite spin. Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. As long as place is available, electrons will not prefer to go for pairing. Now, after this, we have gone for the stability of half-filled and fully filled orbitals yesterday. They are stable because of the two reasons: symmetry and exchange of energy. Symmetry looks beautiful, so they love symmetry. Second is exchange energy. They keep exchanging the places within the same orbitals. That is called degenerate orbitals. So, in doing that exchange between the orbitals of the same quantum number, so they're doing some work, they're spending some time, they're spending some energy, so that is taken as what energy is lost. They have gone to the least energy state. That is the most stability. That's why they keep exchanging. So due to symmetry and exchange energy, these are stable, which are half filled and fully filled. Okay, right. All this explained. Conclusion and up to 30. Now, today we take actual examples I have written on the paper, and that photograph I have taken, and that photograph I have pasted in the laptop in the form of a PPT. So this is what first example, hydrogen, atomic number 1. Z is symbol for atomic number 1. So where it will go? It will go in the 1s1. So please, if you have a notebook, and you please draw roughly Aufbau principle. So if you draw the Aufbau principle, whatever I say, it is what helpful for you. Second, helium, atomic number 2, 2 electrons. So both electrons will go in the 1s orbital with opposite spin. Okay. Lithium, atomic number 3, 3 electrons. So first least energy state is what? 1s. So 2 electrons in the 1s, then the third electron in the 2s. Okay, so it is 1s2, 2s1, totally 3 electrons. How many electrons are there? Those many we have to accommodate from the nucleus onwards. Fourth, beryllium, 4, 1s2, 2s2. Boron, 5, 1s2, 2s2. So 1s2 full, 2s2 full. Now according to Aufbau, according to energy level, it is 2p starts. So 2p1. So in the 2p there are three suborbitals: 2px, 2py, 2pz. So in which orbital that fifth electron will go? Any orbital. Why? All are degenerate. Okay. So we are allowed to take that fifth electron in any one of the three suborbitals of 2p. So here I have taken in 2px. So you can take in the 2py also, 2pz also. Carbon, atomic number 6, 1s2, 2s2, and 2p2. Now 2 electrons in the 2p, where they are? So first you separate, write down 2px, 2py. So once again I'm repeating, all these three 2p orbitals are degenerate. So you can take 2 electrons anywhere. Okay, but don't take both electrons in 2px only. Why? Here comes the rule, Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Place is available, so I don't go for pairing. When the place is available, why to pair up unnecessarily? So 1 electron in the 2px, 1 electron in the 2py. Don't write 2px2, it is wrong. Because 2py is khali, 2pz is khali. So out of 2py, 2pz you take any orbital. So that's, so 1 electron in the 2px, 1 electron in the 2py. That is the correct way as per the Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. In the same way, in the case of nitrogen now. In the case of what? Nitrogen. Atomic number 7. There it is. Yeah. Nitrogen. 7 electrons. 1s2, 2s2, 2p3 first. But these 3 electrons in 2p where? First you write separately 2px, 2py, 2pz. Here I have written all the possibilities. Okay, whether 2px2, 2py1, 2pz is 2pz0 is correct, or 2px0, 2py2, 2pz1 is correct, or 2px1, 2py0, 2pz2 is correct, or 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1 is correct. So according to the Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, it is the last one, that is 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. Okay, so how to write? With see, this is the symbolically we write what using the arrow mark, a single head arrow mark. Okay, so in 2px 1 electron, in 2py 1 electron, in 2pz 1 electron. How to write? With either upward arrow mark or with the downward arrow mark. Don't write one upward, one downward. So one upward, one downward, where you write? When 2 electrons are there in the same orbitals. Okay. So when only one electron is there in the 3 different p, in 5 different d, in 7 different f, there each suborbital will have one electron, that too with only one spin. Either you can write a plus spin or the minus spin, or clockwise or anti-clockwise, or all upward or all downward. Okay. So that is the most stable way of writing the correct way of writing the electronic configuration. So accordingly, the electronic configuration for nitrogen with atomic number 7, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1, all with the same spin. Oxygen in the same way. Now oxygen is what? Eighth electron. For eighth electron, there is no choice. It has to go for pair up only. There is no provision. When options are closed, so inevitably it has to go and pair up with the 2px. Okay, so that's why I have taken 2px2 remaining same as it is. Now fluorine 9. So already paired. Now it has to pair with 2py. Now the already single is there. Now neon 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. So all the three suborbitals of 2p are now full. 2px2, 2py2, 2pz2 full. So all the orbitals are fully filled. So most stable according to fully filled. Nitrogen also stable according to the half filled. When we compare half filled, fully filled, among these two, if you compare most stability, we will have from what? Fully filled. Because when the orbitals are full, so electrons will, they don't have any work. So we have to supply a lot of energy to separate them. That's why when every orbital is completely filled, fully filled, that is the most stable. That is there only in the case of what? Extreme right. That is 18th group. Helium, neon, argon, so on. So that group will have this type of system where all the orbitals are fully packed, fully filled. Now I have taken directly argon. Okay, argon. Argon is atomic number 18, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. So like neon, argon also fully filled. So most stable. Now what I have made here, separately I have made here. What is KLMN? What is K? K is the main shell where principal quantum number n equal to 1. So here is the principal quantum number 1 for the 1s. So this 1s belongs to K shell. Now here these two are there, no, 2s, 2p. Their principal quantum number is 2. So therefore both have same quantum number 2. Therefore they belong to the second level or the L shell, L level. And here they belongs to third shell, third level, n equal to 3. So they belongs to third shell is M shell. So I have written KLMN. 1 means K, 2 means L, 3 means M. So because there are 2 in the M, so I have taken both in the M. And because there are 2 in the L, so both I have taken for the L. So in the K, totally 2 electrons. In the L, 2 plus 6, 8 electrons. And in the M, 2 plus 6, 8 electrons. Totally in K, 2, in L, 8, in M, 8. And the according to Bohr's theory, Aragon configuration is 288. But according to quantum mechanical model, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. So both are allowed. Both are allowed. But the correct way is what? Using the quantum mechanical model. Okay, right. Now, potassium, atomic number 19. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, and 4s1. Okay, 4s1. Now 1 is what? K shell. Here 2 are there. It is L shell. And 3s 3p M shell. And fourth 4s starts according to Apo principle. So 1 electron in the 4s. So accordingly K will have 2 electrons, L will have 8 electrons, M will have 8 electrons, okay, and N will have 1 electron. Earlier in the ninth class, we used to write electronic configuration of potassium with atomic number 19 as 289. We used to write 289 in the ninth class. Why? Because what is the capacity of M? M is the third shell. So N equal to 3. So 2 into 3 square, 2 into 9, 18. So capacity of M is, though it is 19, but I am restricted to write only 8. Why? Now I have to go not as per the Bohr's theory. Bohr's theory is now old. Now quantum mechanical model is the new one. So according to the quantum mechanical model, where it has taken care of the many rules and we wrote the Afobo principle. So according to the Afobo principle, after the 3p, it is the 4s comes. Energy level diagram. Okay. So it is after 3p, it is 4s comes. Therefore, the 19th electron will go to 4s only. That means the fourth principal quantum number starts. N shell starts. So that's why one electron goes to the N level, that is nth shell, capital N shell. That's why I have written 2881, not 289. 289 according to ninth, 2881 according to 11th. So 11th is the latest higher class. So this is the most correct. Scandium 21, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2. Now 4s is full. 4s is full. So after the 4s, which orbital starts according to above? It is 3d. Okay, 3d1. So the 21st electron will go in the 3d. Now, after acting the 3d1, now I have to arrange as per the principal quantum number. So principal quantum number 1 first I have taken. Now, principal quantum number 2, there are 2, 2s2, 2p6 here. Principal quantum number 3, 3s2 is there, 3p6 is there, there is 3d here. That 3d I have to bring here. So that all three one side. Now, 4s, principal quantum number 4, 4s, that I have taken at the end, last. So, it is K, L, M, and the N. In the K, 2 electrons, in the L, 8 electrons, and in the M, 2 electrons from 3s, 6 electrons from 3p, 1 from the 3d, totally 6 plus 3, 9. So, 9 electrons in the M shell and 2 electrons in the nth shell. So, strictly according to the above principle. Now, chromium, atomic number 24. Okay, first using the above 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2. After first two, 3d starts. Capacity of 3d is what? 3d is 4. Sorry, 10. So I have to accommodate only 4 electrons. Therefore, I have taken 4. Okay. Now, these 4 electrons, where they are? Because 3D will have 5 suborbitals dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square and the Z square. So where they are same again according to the Pauli, according to the Hund. What? First you give each orbital one electron. So one electron here, one here, one here, or anywhere out of the five. Okay. So write down all 3D. So it is four single electrons in the 3D blocks. So that is the correct way, 3D 4. Okay. Now here you please concentrate on this part, chromium part, which is very important from exam point and from the knowledge point also. See what I wrote here. Now the second one is I have arranged according to the KLMN. So K is 1s2, L is 2s2, 2p6, M is 3s2, 3p6, 3D is here. So I brought all three one side and 4s2 at the end. Okay. So this is K, this is L, this is M, this is N. Okay. Now you please see in the M. In the M, you please glance on the electronic configuration of 3D. So 3D is what? 3D 4. Okay. So 3D 4, 4s2. Okay. Now, uh, yesterday and today also we learnt that half filled and fully filled are more stable than the other forms of electronic arrangement. Now here in the case of chromium, what is 3D? 3D is 3D 4. So I am 3D 4. If I become 3D 5, so then I become more stable, no? So therefore, why can't I become 3D 5? So how to become 3D 5? That time 3D will request 4s. Hello 4s. You have two electrons. So if you give one of the two electrons of yours to me, so that I become more stable. Okay, because you don't have any suborbitals like me. P is having 3, D I am having 5, F is having 7, but you don't have, you are spherical. So you don't have any sub orientation, suborbitals like X, Y, Z, only one round is there. So for you, no problem. So if you donate one electron from your orbital to my orbital, I am becoming stable without disturbing you. Because by losing one electron, so you are not going to become unstable like me. Because there is a rule, half filled, fully filled are more stable. So according to that rule, I want to follow that rule. Therefore, I want to become 3D5. To become 3D5, you have to help me. So how you help me? You give your to one electron. That's why one electron will jump from 4s to 3D. And remember, if you see the spectroscopically, microscopically, at the molecular level, the energy gap between 3D and 4s is not that much. Okay, if a big energy gap is there, then to jump from 4s to 3D, it takes a lot of trouble. Okay, so therefore, because energy gap between 3D and 4s, according to the spectroscopical studies, X-ray, NMR result, all those results have given the data. So energy gap is so small for electron from the 4s to go to 3D is not a problem. It is allowed. Therefore, one electron, why all this happening? For the good cause, to fulfill one purpose, to go for one what aim. What is the aim? Aim is to become stable. I want to become more stable. So that in total chromium is more stable. So to become the chromium stability, one electron will jump from 4s to 3D and 3D will become 3D5. Here I have written it at the bottom, and 4s2 becomes 4s1. So this is the correct way. In the textbook, you will have what? In the textbook, you will have 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d5, 4s1. Okay, this is the given in the textbook. Now 3d5 is where they are. 3d5 means the half filled. So one electron to suborbitals of the 3d. So one in the xy, one in the yz, one in the zx, one in the x square minus y square, one in the z square, and one electron in the 4s. Not a problem at all. So this is the most correct way of writing the electronic configuration using the quantum mechanical model. And you will ask this only. Okay, chromium has asked in the examination many times. Write down the electronic configuration of the chromium. Atomic number is 24. Okay. Now in the same way, you see copper also 29. According to first above, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2 3d9. Okay, now according to KLMN, 1 side, 2 one side, 3 one side, 4 one side. Okay, so KLMN. Now in the M shell, that is 3D, 3D is 9, very close to fully filled 3D 10. So copper thinks I am 3D 9. Okay, if I become 3D 10, I will be the most, I will attain the stability. So again, request starts. How chromium requested 4s. The same way now copper is requesting for the 4s. Hello, please give 1 electron to me. I will become 3D 10. Okay, without disturbing your stability. Therefore, 1 electron is given from 4s to the 3D, so that 3D 9 becomes 3D 10 here, and 4s becomes 4s1, and this is the correct way of writing the electronic configuration for copper. Okay, so 3d10. So 2 electrons in the xy, 2 in the yz, 2 in the zx, 2 in the x square minus y square, 2 in the z square, the two with opposite spin. One clockwise, one anti-clockwise, one upward, one downward, one plus alpha, one minus alpha. So this is the way we write. We show the spin. I can't show spin, no. Electrons spinning around the nucleus. How to show that? We can see through high powerful instruments, but here I can't show. So therefore, just to understand the spin, so one downward, one upward. What is downward? Means it is taking clockwise. What is up? What is sorry? Upward means taking clockwise. Downward is what? Taking anti-clockwise. That is the way you have to understand. Okay, right. Now, so here is one question I have selected from the question paper. Okay, which is apt for today's discussion, which depends upon the electronic configuration. The values of all the 4 quantum numbers for 2p electrons in nitrogen. Okay, yeah. The values of all the 4 quantum numbers for 2p. So orbital is 2p. So this 2 indicates what? 2 indicates a principal quantum number. So n equal to 2, that I have written here. N equal to 2. Now, for p, what is the value of L? S, for S orbital, L is 0, and for P orbital, L is 1. Therefore, L equal to 1. Second quantum number, that is azimuthal quantum number, L equal to 1 for the 2p. Now, what is M value? What is M here? M is the magnetic quantum number. What it tells? It tells how many orientations are there. In the P, how many are there? There are 3. Px, Py, Pz. So there are 3 values. How to write 3 values? When L equal to 1, then M can take value from what? Minus L2 plus L, according to number line. So minus L2 plus L. So what is the value of L here? The value of L is 1. So minus L2 plus L means what it is? Minus 1, 2 plus 1. So if you see the number line, if you bring the number line to the our mental picture, so minus 1, 0 plus 1. There are 3 values. So I wrote here. So M can take value minus L2 plus L means what? L equal to 1 here. So minus 1, 2 plus 1, minus 1, 0 plus. This indicates what? This indicates not the mathematical value. This indicates the orientations. Okay, orientations. So there are 3 orientations on the x, y, z coordinates in the 3D. Okay. So M value is what? Minus 1, 0 plus 1. So we calculated the n value, L value, and the M value. So how many quantum numbers are there? 4 quantum numbers. Out of 4, 3 we understood. Now one more is there. That is spin quantum number. So in 2p, okay, uh, how many electrons are there? There are 3 electrons. So each suborbital is taking 1 electron. Okay, half filled. So every electron in every orbital is with 1 spin, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, either upward or downward. So I have written here. So spin quantum number for 2p is what? Because there are 3 electrons, all 3 either they will be having a plus spin or minus spin. Both are allowed, upward or downward, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay. If only one is there, then it is I can say upward, that is clockwise. Okay. So we are allowed to take any spin when it is only 1 electron. If there are 2 electrons, then definitely one with clockwise, one with anti-clockwise, one with a plus spin, one with minus spin, one with upward arrow mark we have to show, one with the downward arrow mark we have to show. This is the way we write it. Yeah. Now, one more question. Write the electronic configuration of the elements with atomic number 17, Z equal to 17. Okay, after writing, question is find number of p electrons and find number of filled orbitals and number of find number of half filled orbitals. Okay, no problem. Atomic number is what? 17. So in the rough notebook, first to draw above principle. So using above principle, I have written here 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Okay. Now 3p5, how to write 3p5? So 3p5 further written as 3px, 3py, 3pz. So in 3px2, in 3py2, in 3pz1. So because 5 electrons, So it has to go for pairing, no chance of pairing, and 1 electron here. Okay. So anywhere you can take. So 3px2, 3py2, 3pz I have taken. Now question number 1. Find the number of p orbitals. Okay. How many? No, number of electrons in the p electrons. So how many in the p here? In the 2p there are 6. In the 3p there are 5. Totally 11 electrons in the p orbital. So 1p is 2p, other p is 3p. So total number of p orbitals are 2p 3. There are 3 sub in 2p, there are sub in 3p. So altogether we have 11 electrons. Okay. Now, second question is find the number of filled orbitals. Filled orbitals, completely filled. 1s is completely filled. 2s is completely filled. 2p6 completely filled. 3s2 completely filled. Okay. So 1, 2, 2. Here there are 3 suborbitals which are completely filled. So it is taken as 3. So 1 year, second year, 2 plus 3, 5. And this is the filled 6. This is filled 7. This is filled 8. So totally there are 8 small atomic orbitals which are filled. C. Find the number of half-filled orbitals. Here half-filled various concept where orientations are there. Okay. So half-filled comes for the P, D, and the F. But here we have 2P and 3P. 2P is fully packed. So no question of half-filled arises here. So half-filled arises for the 3P. So I have written 3P in this way. So half-filled is what? There are 2 half-filled. Sorry, only 1 half-filled. Okay. That is 3PZ. So in 3pz, only 1 electron is there. It is half-filled. So therefore, number of half-filled orbitals in atom whose atomic number is 17 is 1. Therefore, A answer is 11, B answer is 8, C answer is 1. Okay. Now accordingly, you go through this one. Okay. And this one also very easy for you. I have brought, and this I have written the root. What all we studied in the this chapter. First with we started with what? Dalton's atomic theory. Okay. After that, discovery of electron by Thomson. Then we went to discover proton, Goldstein, Thomson model. Then Rutherford model, nucleus discovery, discovery of neutron, James Chadwick, atomic number and mass number we understood. Then isotopes and isobars we understood. Then drawbacks of Rutherford's model we understood. Then developments that leads to the Bohr's model. For that, you have taken the help of what? Maxwell's wave nature. And to understand particle nature, you have taken the help of what? Black body radiation and a photoelectric effect by Einstein and the Max Planck. So we concluded that dual nature of light. Then afterwards, we learned atomic spectra, emission and the absorption. Then once again, we understood the Bohr's theory plus failures of Bohr's theory. Some derivations we have done, energy and the radius. So all this we have done. Then afterwards we are going to development that leads to the quantum mechanical model. Okay, quantum mechanical model. So there we understood the de Broglie equation, right? De Broglie equation, where he said how light has a dual nature. In the same way, matter also has a dual nature. So for electron, we conclude that electron too has dual nature. So then uncertainty, impossible to find out both the position and the momentum exactly simultaneously. So using these two principles, then Schrodinger gives the equation Then we solved, after solving the Schrodinger wave equation, that is psi wave function. So we have gone to orbitals and quantum numbers, then shapes of atomic orbitals, afterwards energies of atomic orbitals. Then today we are discussing electronic configuration, where we learnt about Aho principle, Pauli's, then Hund's. Okay. So afterwards we went to the stability of a completely and half fluid configuration. That is the end of the chapter. So don't say that is the end. So what I have written on caption, the end for the beginning. One more. So where there is the end, there is a beginning. Okay, let us not say end. So why it is ending? For something to begin. Okay, so the end for the beginning. So because every moment is a fresh beginning. So let us start with the fresh beginning in our next session, the third chapter, that is periodic classification of elements. So with this, I am winding my today's session. Any doubts if you have regarding the quantum approach to electronic element, most most welcome.
Sir,
Huh.
sir, while writing that diagram, sir,
Hmm.
means you make 1s2, 2s2 group, no, sir.
Hmm. Hmm.
Instead of that, you can write separately only, no, sir. 1s2, 1s2, 1, 2s2, like that.
First I wrote separately, no?
No, sir, means you made one side, sir, two one side, sir. Then you
Ah,
draw the diagram. Instead of that,
ah.
you can write separately only, no, sir.
I mean, how separately?
Means 1s2, 2 electrons, sir.
Huh.
In that that is different, sir. In
Hmm.
2s2 and 2p, instead of writing at a time, sir,
Hmm.
we can write 2s2 once and 2p6 once, like
Oh,
that.
means instead of 2s to 2p, it's a 2s to p6, correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct, correct, allowed, because 2 is common. Correct. Good. Very good. 2s to p6.
Yes,
3s to p6 d5. Correct. Very good. May I know who is speaking?
Kumar.
Kumar. Okay. Correct, Kumar. You are correct. 100% correct. You can write. It is a one more way I have not told, but you have made it good. Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Anything from any other student? Sushmita? Most welcome.
And sir,
Huh.
in chromium,
Huh.
you can only in chromium it can 4s can give only one electron, sir.
Not
Other
only
than
the
that,
no, huh. No, not only the
uh,
chromium. Any element, if it is having 4 electrons in the 3D or 9 electrons in the 3D, 3D4 and 3D9 are taken as they are close to half filled and fully filled arrangement. They are taken. Okay. So because they are close to 3D5 and 3D10, so they want to attain that arrangement. Only in the case of what? Elements whose electronic configuration is close to stability, half filled and the fully filled. Otherwise, they will not happen. 3D4, it will become 3D5 automatically.
yes,
It is understood. If it is 3D9, automatically 3D10, one will jump because for the good cause. No. See, when we are doing some good work, don't wait for anybody's. You just do it. Okay. Well, it's because it's good work. So for the good cause, for the good work to happen, so we don't wait. It will happen. So you have to do it. In the same way, electrons also, they take their own decision that 3D10, 3D5 are the best. Let's go for the best.
yes.
Okay, na? I think no doubts.
No, sir.
Please go through all these and please read textbook. Okay, these will match with the textbook. So automatically you will understand the entire chapter, because this is the most important chapter. And after the period table, we are starting one more very interesting chemical bonding. How bonding takes place. Very interesting. Okay. So for all the chemical bonding, we require the knowledge of what? Structure of atom. That's why thorough it. And this is the syllabus for the forthcoming monthly examination, monthly test. Hmm? Okay then. So I'm winding. So thank you and all.
Thank you, sir.